Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your new note packet right here, right? Rational numbers. This is your notes. Now, this part of the video is only going to go over this very first page. I'm calling it page 0 because you're going to refer back to it a lot, and so it's more of a reference page. So let's go through and let's look at it. Do you remember these old-timey divisibility rules? Hey, can this number be divided by 4? Can it be divided by 6? That's what this section is for. So a number is divisible by 2 if it's an even number. In other words, if it ends with a 0, a 2, a 4, a 6, or an 8. And you'll see right there in your packet, it's got 2 examples. 5,362, yeah, it's got a 2 on the end of it. So can we divide this by 2, yes or no? Yeah. But this one, it doesn't end with one of these numbers, so that's a no. What about if it's divisible by 3? Well, this one's got a rule that says the sum. What does the word sum mean? It means add. So here's a number, 369. Pull them apart and add them up. 3 plus 6 plus 9. See how we pulled these numbers apart? And we got 18. Can I divide 18, because we're saying that sum, is it divisible by 3? Can I divide 18 by 3? Yes or no? So that means 369 could be divided by 3. But 457, you add that up, we get 16. We can't divide that by 3. So in general, that's how these rules are working. It helps out a lot when you need to find out if it's a prime or a composite number, and I'll be referring back to this later on. What about if it's a 4? Well, here it says the last 2 digits of the number form a number that's divisible by 4. So if we looked at 6,224, hey, look, what's the last 2 numbers right there? 24? Can I take 24 and divide it by 4? Yes. What about 51? No, even though this is a huge number, 4,392,751. This is the one you guys know and love. What's divisible by 5? Anything that ends with a 0 or a 5. I don't think I need to go through and explain that, do I, folks? And by the way, when it says a number is divisible by, we don't mean like getting fractions and decimals. We're talking about an integer number, a whole number answer, right? No decimals, no fractions. For the 6 right here, here's what happens. We know it's divisible by 6 if you can divide it by 2 and you can divide it by 3. So you'd come up here and you check, you go, hey, does it end with one of these numbers? I can divide it by 2. Yes, you know it's an even number. And then 3, you add them up and go, hey, can it be divided by 3? So if we did this right here, is 3,642 an even number? Yes, so it's divisible by 2. Now come through here and add these up. 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. And 13 plus 2 is 15. Well, 15 is divisible by 3. And so because it is divisible by both 2 and 3, this number is yes. Is this one divisible by 2? No. And so since it's not divisible by 2, I don't even have to ask myself if it's divisible by 3 because you got to be divisible by both of them. The 7s and the 8s. The 7s we're kind of skipping through there, but here's the 8s right here. 8. If the last 3 digits of the number form a number that's divisible by 8. So this is kind of like 4, isn't it? It's kind of like the divisibility rules of 4. So you can see right here 3008. What's the last 3 numbers of it? 8. Is 8 divisible by 8? Yep. For this one right here, 246,065. You can see these are the last 3 numbers. 6 plus, that would be 65, right? 65, is 65 divisible by 8? No. And then we get to 9. This is very much like the divisibility rules of 3. The sum of its digits are divisible by 9. So add all of these up, we get 18. Is 18 divisible by 9? Yes. 247, we get 13. Well, 13 can't be divided by 9, so no. How about this one, 10? If it ends with a 0, then we can divide it. So 650, yeah, we can divide that by 10. 246, sorry, it doesn't end with a 0. So that's the divisibility rules right there. And I also wanted to show you this other chart that I have right here on this page 0 of your notes. This is every single prime number between 1 and 1,000, and that will help out quite a bit with tonight's homework. This will get you the answer to probably the first, I don't know, 6 questions. How's that? So we'll look at that one together. I'm going to stop this video right here so that way we don't have like the actual lesson 2-1 bumping up with all this divisibility stuff.